Parents and family, distinguished guests, colleagues, students and graduates. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of Class of 2020, the first ever virtual graduation ceremony of Dhirubhai Ambani International School. This year's graduation ceremony is different than the previous years and no doubt memorable. During the production process for this virtual graduation ceremony, we followed all necessary health and safety protocols. All photographs were taken remotely and individually by adhering to these protocols. The year 2020 will be recorded in the history of mankind as the year of the COVID-19 pandemic, but it would also be recorded as the year of unprecedented courage, the year of innovations. Graduates, on behalf of the entire team of teachers and staff at DAIS, I say with great pride that you will always be considered to be special. Special for braving the uncertainties and for finding your way through the odds. And now, before we proceed with the school prayer and the 16th Dhirubhai Ambani International School graduation ceremony, I would like to call upon the graduates to join us for the ceremony. Enter the Class of 2020. Please stand for the lighting of the lamp and the school prayer. Good evening again. I'm Abhimanyu Basu, Dean of Academics. It is an honor to be part of this celebration with all of you. Our greetings and appreciation to the graduates who are the real celebrities tonight and their proud parents. We all have reason to be very proud of the class of 2020 and what they represent. The other speakers and the presentations tonight will explain in detail why. It is enough at this point for me to state, graduates, we know that wherever you go from now on, you will continue to make a mark for your school and yourselves. I now hand over to the person who made it all possible, who nurtured the dream of Dhirubhai Ambani International School from its very inception, and one for whom education is the foremost passion, our founder and chairperson, Mrs. Neeta Ambani.
Dear parents and grandparents, faculty and staff, and my dearest children, Namaskar. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2020, the 16th graduation ceremony of Dhirubhai Ambani International School. A day that is always special and emotional for all of us. A day when we look back with great joy and look forward with even greater hope. A day when our little babies, all grown up now, fly out to make their own skies. Children, as we all know, the year 2020 was one of the most challenging years in the last 75 years. The COVID-19 crisis disrupted lives globally. And yet, in spite of the pandemic, each one of you has overcome these tough times and done extremely well. I am truly delighted to see all of you together especially the class of 2020 and also our current class 12. Just like you, I wish we were all together in person on this special day. But I know that even though we are meeting virtually, we won't let that dampen our joy. So cherish every moment of the ceremony and enjoy every moment of your extraordinary journeys ahead. Many of you walked into the gates of DIS for the first time when you were toddlers, and many more of you joined us along the way. With starry eyes, beautiful smiles, joyful hearts, and open minds, you all came into our fold. And I'm so happy to see that as you graduate today, the stars truly seem within your reach. Your smiles are even more confident. Your hearts are bigger and kinder. And your minds are brimming with ideas to make the world a better place. My dear children, the world needs you today more than ever before. It needs your spark, your brilliance, your optimism, and your incredible ability to adapt to change. 2020 was a year that changed everything that we had taken for granted, but also a year that made you stronger to face the world that you will now take on. In the depths of uncertainty, what shone through was the spirit of humanity to rise. Adversity made us stronger. Distance made us fonder. This difficult period made us count and cherish our blessings. It made us value the things that truly matter. Time with family and friends, our health and the well-being of our loved ones. Access to education, to employment, to opportunities, and most of all, the ability to help someone in need. Children, I applaud the way all of you have embraced change and newness. Not just today, but every single day of this tough year. A year that taught us that change is the only constant. You have truly lived up to the essence of the education and values that your school stands for. I join your parents, your families, your teachers, and your friends in being extremely proud of each one of you. My heartiest congratulations and best wishes to our graduating class of 2020. Congratulations also to all the parents and grandparents. This day is as special for you as it is for your children. On behalf of everyone at DIS, I want to thank you for your faith in our school always, especially in the year gone by. Children, let's give a huge round of applause to your first friends, your first teachers, your first role models, your parents and your grandparents. They are the ones who pray the most for you, cheer the loudest when you win, and pull you up again if you ever fall. So children, if you are sitting next to your parents and your grandparents, then give them a tight hug to appreciate all that they do for you. I must also take this opportunity to thank and appreciate the strongest pillars of DIS, our heads, teachers, and staff, without whom our school wouldn't be the institution of excellence that it is today. I especially want to congratulate Isha and the entire team of DIS for the swift and smooth transition to virtual school in these times. We were one of the first schools to transition online. Thank you to all the teachers for your guidance and mentorship to our children, for being their friends when they felt alone, their wings when they felt low, their guiding light when they needed direction, and their sounding boards when they needed reassurance. I'm sure they will miss you and you will miss them, the class of 2020. But the bond you share is forever. Friends, I'm delighted to share that this year too, DAIS has been ranked India's #1 international school for the 8th year in a row by Education World, and Mumbai's #1 school for the 6th consecutive year by Times of India. As in previous years, in 2020 as well, our ICSE and IGCSE Class 10 have achieved spectacular results. Our IB Diploma students, our class of 2020, have also come out with flying colours. 65.68% of our children scored 40 points or above. Our average score is 39.8 points, which once again places us among the top 10 IB schools worldwide. 4 of our children are world toppers with a perfect score of 45 points. Our class of 2020 have received admission offers from over 145 leading international universities like Caltech, Yale, Johns Hopkins, Stanford, Imperial, Cambridge, Brown, Cornell, UC Berkeley, just to name a few. Class of 2020, heartiest congratulations and best wishes to each one of you. And now, friends, to make this ceremony even more memorable, we have someone very special in our midst, an extremely accomplished individual, an extraordinary mind, an inspiring humanitarian, an industrialist par excellence, a Twitter icon, a real-life hero. But more than all of that, for Mukesh and me, a very dear friend, someone we deeply admire and value our relationship with. I am delighted to welcome Mr. Anand Mahendra to the 16th graduation ceremony of Dhirubhai Ambani International School. Thank you, Anand, for joining us today and addressing our graduating class of 2020. Class of 2020, the spotlight is on you now. This is your moment, and all of us, your parents, teachers, friends, are cheering for you. You have graduated at a time like no other in the history of humanity. The year 2020 will not just be remembered as the year of the pandemic, but it will also be remembered as a year of tremendous triumph. Let's look at the brighter side of the year gone by. First and foremost, 2020 unleashed the true power and potential of digital technology. Within the 4 walls of our homes, men and women continued to work. Children continued to study. Patients continued to receive health consultations online. Essentials were ordered through contactless deliveries. The wheels of the world found a new way to keep spinning. That brings me to the second big lesson of 2020. More than a lesson, a reminder of goodness, of giving, of gratitude. As we look back on 2020, let's be grateful to the Almighty for His infinite grace, to the doctors, healthcare workers, frontline warriors who risked their lives daily to safeguard ours, to everyone who stepped up and offered a helping hand, from neighbors to strangers, from extended families to online communities. Another upside of 2020 has been the unprecedented global solidarity. Scientists, researchers, and governments across the world cooperated with each other to share knowledge and resources, help contain the virus, and of course, develop the vaccine in less than a year. In so many other ways, there were positives all around. We all discovered new hobbies and passions. We focused on our health again. Nature healed and animals reclaimed their territory. So, my dear children, even when everything seems turned upside down, remember to focus on the upside. No matter what they say about the year that was or the year to come, you go out there and do the incredible things you are meant to do. Let nothing come in between you and your goals. Never stop believing in yourself. Never stop helping others. And always stay true to who you are. Class of 2020, I know that you will make your families, your school, and your country proud. My love, my prayers, and my good wishes will always be with you. On a personal note, I found the great joy of giving my first graduation day address as a grandmother, as Mukesh and I welcomed our grandson Prithvi, born to our dearest Akash and Shloka, both of whom are DAIS alumni. As you doff your hats today and bid goodbye, remember that DAIS will always be your home. Many of you have already started your courses at your new universities, and I'm sure that you will excel in this new journey of learning and growing. We will be waiting to see you again in those hallways where you have forever left your beautiful and precious marks. Until then, good luck and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ambani. Next, to represent the class of 2020 once more and reflect as they depart, our outgoing head girl, Diva Agarwal, and head boy, Aryaman Dholakia.
Respected Chairperson Neeta Ma'am, distinguished Chief Guest, Honorable Heads and Teachers, our dear parents and families, and my very own Class of 2020. Congratulations, we made it. Part of the journey is the end, but little did we know that our high school journeys would end in our living rooms. These are strange times, and today is unusual because we're celebrating separately on a day that is meant to embody and commemorate community. These are unusual times because along with the titles of the Class of 2020 and the Class of EDGI, we're graduating with the title of the Pandemic Class. While this title is not the most ideal or what any of us imagined to be added to the list of adjectives to describe our class, this strange title gives us a little power. And that is the power to define what it is to be the graduating pandemic class. Never has a graduating class been more equipped to stand in the face of adversity and hold the power to shape reality. As we transition into the next stage of our lives in these challenging times, I find myself looking back at how different this transition was than what we had expected. To experience our first few months of college through a laptop screen was definitely not the most ideal. To stay up all night to align with different time zones was demanding, and to step away from high school without a farewell party felt incomplete. But let us put things into perspective. In a time when 1/3 of the world's students have been forced out of education, we are fortunate to continue to enjoy the privilege of having one and are reminded of the invaluable times that we have spent here at DAIS. Most of us have spent 14 prime years of our lives surrounded by some of the most supportive people who have seen us laugh, cry, complain, and celebrate. Within this home, we have learned about ourselves and the world. Here, we have perfected the art of being balanced by juggling between a college essay and a math IA, and learned to be risk takers by strolling outside Mr. Choonawala's office without an ID card. While we may have had our own separate spots on the 6th floor foyer, we never failed to unite to witness a popular fight or to crowd outside the IB office deciding which warrior to send in to have a deadline extended. Somewhere along these moments and memories, we built a community that has grown with us in the past 2, 5 or 14 years that we have spent here. Neeta ma'am, thank you for creating this haven where we have experienced the power of community, the beauty of growing together, and the importance of sticking together. Thank you for teaching us that the only way to grow is to grow together. Now, as we face a devastating global pandemic, the value of community and the people around us becomes more significant than ever before. As we graduates try to navigate our ways in the world, we know that we are not alone. The community that we belong to follows in every step that we take and in every decision that we make. It brings us together and has brought us together in the past to walk through difficult times. The pandemic has served as a reminder of the value of this community. Be it Lakshmi Raya Maji providing birth control services in Nepal while hospitals could not, Basira Popu delivering 1 million bars of soap in Afghanistan, or Zishan Javed reaching out to over 45,000 migrant workers across India, we have seen that the power we share together is unmatched. The community that we have built is incomplete without those who have taught us to be responsible members of it, our heads and teachers. You have been our frontline warriors. You have supported us every step of the way and have celebrated every victory with us. Thank you for taking on this journey with us. Thank you for being there for us, for predicting our excuses for a missed deadline before we could even think of a new one, for knowing exactly which part of the foyer to find a student after their attempt to upload a corrupted file ended in failure, and for sharing a smile of sympathy as we trudged into school after trying to pull off a mass bunk before an important test. To the administration, staff and security, our hidden heroes, we leave behind your enthusiastic greetings, but your selfless efforts to support us will never go unnoticed. Our parents and families, our ground workers, without you and your energy to run across the field on annual day to secure a front seat, to engage in screaming competitions, to cheer us on swimming galas, and your gleaming faces as you wore the proud parent t-shirts, our journey from our blue sunflower t-shirts to our blue graduation gowns would be incomplete. And finally, to my graduating class of 2020, we may have lost the chance to set off the fire alarm one last time or played the pranks that we planned more in detail than our CAS projects and extended essays. We may have lost our chance to toss our tassel hats into the air or walk down the aisle as our parents struggle to hold back bittersweet tears. But the first medals that we ever won on Sports Day, the chance to have special makeup on annual day, the excitement when the canteen's garlic bread actually had garlic, the sense of achievement when we got away without a lift pass, and finally, walking down the aisle with school flags on annual day after admiring it for all those years. Those memories will still be ours to cherish. Things are different now, but these memories don't fade away. Now, as we stride into this new world, we are empowered with more responsibility than ever before. To be the pandemic class is to apply what we have learned in our lives and felt in our hearts, not to piece the world back together, but instead to create a new version of what we will call normal. And when we do so, we fall back on what we have learned within this home and what this home has prepared us to learn beyond it. Now, as we step away from our little community, we find ourselves as a part of a larger one. Invest in this community. Invest in the success of others. Whether you find yourself performing the next craniectomy, building the next Forbes-listed company, designing the next sensational app, composing the next trending song, or advocating the next social revolution, think of your community and take them with you. And should you find yourself failing to design that app or losing all your money to the stock market, they will be your safety nets and your arms to fall back on. In the past 8 months, we have learned that times change and success and failure is fleeting. But what remains constant are the bonds we build, the people we grow to become together, and the strength that we exhibit collectively. So what it is to be graduating with the title of the pandemic class is to be the most resilient class, the boldest graduating class ever known, because I know that we will be remembered not for what we lost to the pandemic, but the world that we created from it. Thank you.
Good evening, respected Chairperson, Srimati Neeta Ambani, distinguished special guest, heads, teachers, parents, and all of you. My friends, my supporters, my inspiration, my family. I thought long and hard about what I'd want to say today. A few stories, maybe make you relive a few of our memories. But give you a small take back with the little knowledge that I've gained through each of these experiences. However, before I begin speaking about that, I want to talk to you, the class of 2020. Possibly the last time we will ever be together in one place, albeit online. Look at how far we've come. From running around in sun-filled t-shirts and learning how to spell, to donning full pants and writing extended essays. From getting an A star in that spelling test, to standing here in blue robes, graduating from a place we call home. I'm sure in these last 2 years, we've all at least at some point questioned ourselves. Are we ever going to graduate? I mean, we went through RBAs, tests, exams, extended essays, TOK presentations, and college apps, all while balancing our extracurriculars, village trips, CAS, exchange trips, MUN, student council, TEDx, IOIP trips, and attempting to have a social life. And this, of course, doesn't apply to Aman, though. He also managed to fit in a couple patents, a few dozen interviews, speeches, and a company to top it off. This is all, of course, not including the Forbes mentions and the couple Oscars that he has hidden at home. But look around us. There's so much that we've done together. Whether I look at someone or something, there's always a new memory that flashes before me every time. Everyone, just close your eyes and try to picture all that you've done within these walls. Think about the fancy races we had in primary school. Remember learning how to tie a tie and jumping in sacks, and then forcing our parents to run in parents' race, and then crying because they lost. Remember dancing with drums and excessive makeup during the annual day, or struggling to figure out what's happening in Math HL. Think about trying to sort out meaningless relationship fights that had nothing to do with you. Staying up at night to mug up history textbooks and complete math IAs. At least I remember the countless parties we had together. Remember us learning dances for our farewell walk. And now here we are. Though at home, but at our graduation ceremony. None of this, however, would be possible without our heads and teachers. Thank you for laying the foundation of who we've become today in the most vulnerable years. For giving us the confidence to explore our own identity. For imparting knowledge. Teaching us the importance of empathy in life. For being friends whom we can talk to. Ask for solutions to all our problems. And sometimes even giving surprisingly good relationship advice. There are countless memories we have made together that I can recount from the 14 years that I've spent here. From Nimit hugging Miss Benazir so hard in LKG that he broke her lenses. From Miss Nidhi crying with us in 7th grade because 5 of our friends shifted to another floor. Diva and I arguing about who should go into Mr. Basu's office first. Nevertheless, there's one memory that almost perfectly encapsulates our faculty for me. It was the day before sports day, and the core council had nothing ready. Kawasa suddenly storms into Rohan's class and shouts, "Get all of them out of their classes and do it now." Rohan runs out, gathers all of us, and we sit on the 6th floor typing away. 2 hours later, we hear a booming voice down the corridor. "Parera!" he calls out to Jay. He enters the room and sits down in the corner. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Sir says, I'm a genius. We all look confused. Why, sir? And he says, Pereira, did you know the beat of the songs We Will Rock You and Om Purvaswa are the same? What? And suddenly there we were, exactly like you are right now, trying to figure out if that's true. Confused, we asked him, aren't you mad at us? He replied, me being mad at you is not going to change the fact that the work is not done. You're working hard and maybe lightening the mood will get you a little more relaxed. Don't think about the problems that passed. Think about now. How can we solve it? Focus on the present and the future will align. Think about the past and you will never catch up with time. That is why the school is so special. It creates an environment where we not only excel in academics, but it teaches us life lessons in the simplest moments of happiness that last a lifetime. The school staff, the housekeeping, the security, the admin, the cafeteria staff, the bus drivers and didis, they all play an equally significant role in this journey. The bus didis give you parlejis when you're hungry. The security lets you in, given you haven't forgotten your card. Think about the number of memories that you've created with them. It's amazing if you just sit and talk with them. The amount that one conversation can teach you is nothing short of baffling. Think back to that standing ovation to the security's performance on Independence Day. There wasn't one person in that audience who didn't stand and clap that day. There's something to learn from each and every person in this institution. However, all this credit goes to one extraordinary woman who had an incredible vision. An institution that fosters a child's growth and curiosity, teaching children to dream big and excel in the fields that they want rather than what society expects of them. I remember the first time I met ma'am myself very clearly, and since then I've always been in awe. We were in the second grade and Viraj had a fracture in his hand. Short break was over and we were running back to our classes. Suddenly, we see Neeta ma'am walking through the school gates and everyone looks around. Run, we can't be late in front of Neeta ma'am. Everyone scatters except Viraj. I want her to sign my plaster. What? No, I replied. Come on, he pulls me and slowly I walked behind him scared. Can you please sign my plaster? I looked at him and I was shouting inside my mind, how can you be so direct? At least say good morning. And then I remember she sat down, looked at us with the most comforting smile, signed his plaster, drew a smiley, and told him that he would one day become an athlete. He couldn't stop smiling. You never know how big an impact the smallest acts of kindness can have on a person. Mrs. Ambani, there's nothing we could do or say that would justify the gift that you've given us. Having access to a school of this caliber would have been a distant dream for many of us had it not been yours. For that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Moreover, last but not least, the reason why this class is here in the first place, our parents. This journey would have never been possible if you had not envisioned it for us and constantly guided and supported us through it. You all are our guiding lights, our lifelines. We always look at the Michael Jordans or the Muhammad Alis for inspiration, but we forget that our greatest inspiration can come from within our own homes. Our parents have been through it all just so that they can see us in these blue gowns. So parents, this is as much your day as it is ours. Thank you for being you. This school is so much more than merely an academic institution. This school is my home. It is my safe space. It is my sanctuary. It is a school where the quietest boy in class who suffered through anxiety at 12 can grow up and become the head boy. It is a school that teaches you that life is full of impossible things that are merely waiting for you to make them possible. So today is about gratitude. Gratitude for the people who have helped us along the way. Gratitude for this school. Gratitude for the situation we find ourselves in. But above all else, we have to have gratitude for the tools that we've been given. No matter how long we've been here, we've passed through this institution and been armed with skills and competencies that we have a responsibility to use. This last year has been, well, you know how it's been. The world isn't in a great place right now, but here we are, right in the middle of it, graduating into a world that needs us. We've been given the best opportunities, the best teachers, the best institution, the best learning. And now we get to give back by going out there and using every bit of knowledge we've cultivated. As a class, We hold such a potential, such a capability, and it is each of our responsibilities to wring the cloth dry of every benefit we can have to the world. It's time. We've got a moment to meet and not a moment to waste. It's the least we can do. I'd heard this spoken word poem a few years ago, and I'd like to share with you the last few lines of it. Please forgive me for my attempt. I have never done spoken word before, but I'm going to give it a try. This is Complainers by Rudy Francisco. Here goes. It doesn't matter if the glass is half full or half empty. There's water in the cup. Drink it and stop complaining. Muscle. You see, muscle is created by repeatedly lifting things that have been designed to weigh us down. So when your shoulders feel heavy, stand up straight, lift your chin high, call it exercise. Remember that life is a gym membership with a very complicated cancellation policy. Remember that you will survive. Remember that things could have been worse. Remember that we will never, ever be given anything that we can't handle. When the world crumbles around you, you have to look at the wreckage and build a new one out of the pieces that are still here. Remember, you are still here. The human heart beats approximately 4,000 times per hour. Each pulse, each throb, each palpitation is a trophy engraved with the words, "You are still alive. You are still alive." Act like it. My heart has beat about 840 times since I started speaking today, each of which is a reason for us to apply what we have learned within these walls and play our part in making the world a better place. Your life is your own powerful message to the world. Don't waste it. This is what you all have taught me. There is nothing but admiration that I have for each and every one of you. Each time I think of all our memories, I feel even more alive than ever. For as long as these memories live inside of me, my mind will always be right here in school with all of you. And so, to the DAIS community, thank you for making me who I am today. To the class of 2020, thank you for leaving an indelible imprint in my heart and letting me be a part of this family. You have been the reason for some of the best years of my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Diva and Aryaman. Well spoken. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to formally introduce our chief guest for this evening's ceremony, Mr. Anand Mahindra. Mr. Mahindra is the chairman of the Mahindra Group and the executive chairman of Mahindra and Mahindra Limited. His tenure has seen the group expand domestically and internationally into a range of major industrial sectors, from automobiles and agriculture to IT and aerospace, and also grow inorganically through several acquisitions. He has served on several global bodies, including the Global Board of Advisors of the Council on Foreign Relations, New York, and the International Advisory Council of Singapore's Economic Development Board. He is currently on the board of Invest India, the National Investment Promotion and Facilitation Agency. He has been named in the Barron's list of top 30 CEOs worldwide in 2016 and Fortune magazine's list of world's 50 greatest leaders in 2014. He was appointed Knight in the National Order of the Legion of Honor by the President of the French Republic in 2016. Mr. Mahindra is an incisive business commentator and humanitarian with millions of followers on Twitter. Among his many social change initiatives is the Nanhi Kali program, which for the last 2 decades has provided over 330,000 underprivileged girls access to high quality education. He is a strong votary of arts and culture. Mahindra Blues, Mahindra Excellence in Theatre Awards and Mahindra Sanatkara celebrate and nurture music, theatre, culture, art and history in India. Mr. Mahindra is a member of the Global Advisory Council of the Lincoln Center, New York, and has previously served on the Board of Trustees of the Natural History Museum of London. In 2014, Mr. Mahindra founded the Pro Kabaddi League to popularize the ancient and popular Indian game of Kabaddi. Sir, we are truly honored by your presence. May I request you to address the class of 2020.
Dear Mrs. Ambani, members of the faculty, parents, and in particular, my young friends. I just use the phrase young friends. Now, it's a commonly used phrase, almost a cliche. But I think it's presumptuous, isn't it? Since most speakers like me have never really met most of the students in the school. So why should we take for granted that some kind of bond of friendship exists between us and the students? As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to try very hard in a very short space of time to share some thoughts that make sense to you. And after that, if I succeed, then and only then will I hope that you find me worthy of your friendship. To the students who will graduate shortly, I want to start by telling you all that you belong to a very, very special batch. Now, once again, it's fairly standard procedure to say something so complimentary to every graduating class. But in your case, I think these words ring true. Your school year was spent in circumstances that had never occurred before. You had to learn how to learn from home, or LFH, which is even tougher than working from home, more popularly known as WFH. You weren't able to hang out with your friends. You had to get used to living within the confines of the four walls of your homes day in and day out. You were unable to let your hair down at exuberant class parties and class trips, unless, of course, some of you found some way to do that with impunity. And if you did, please tell me how you managed that, because I'm very, very envious. Now, you're all graduating without the usual end-of-school rituals. Exchanging autographs, signing yearbooks, warm hugs, tearful goodbyes, and promises of eternal friendship. So given all that, I don't think anyone can deny that you are indeed a very special and unique batch. But most important, I think you're special because all of you have done wonderfully well in coping with a year that was different from anything that has gone before. And yet, I'm going to tell you that above all, you are special because you are the luckiest graduating class in history. Yes, you heard me right. I said you are the luckiest class. I call you lucky because in this compressed period of 10 odd months, you have had the opportunity to receive lessons which, in conventional times, would have taken a lifetime to learn. You have had the privilege of receiving an education that no traditional school curriculum could ever have imparted to you. 2020 is being labeled a terrible year for the world at large. But my guess is that when you all look back 10 years from now, you will remember not just the death and destruction wrought by the pandemic, but also the many, many valuable lessons it taught you. So what are those lessons? I think that the first lesson is the value of gratitude. I'm going to share something personal. Some years ago, on the advice of a close friend, every morning I started making a list of things that had happened in the previous day that I needed to be grateful for. And it turned out to be a surprisingly long list, day after day. During the pandemic, that list doubled and tripled in length because there was so much more to be grateful for every day. It wasn't a premium sports car or a fine watch or an Italian suit that I found myself grateful for. I was grateful for the simplest and the most basic things in life. Good health, a warm bed, food on the table, a roof over my head, and most of all, for the great gift of being amongst people who loved me. The price of these simple things is way higher than the costliest jewels. And as long as you value these things and are grateful for them, you will make your own happiness. I truly believe that all of you have now learned the hard way how to be extremely grateful for what you do already possess and for the simplest elements of a good life. The second great lesson was about resilience. In my case, I know that my business stayed on track because the people who worked there showed amazing resilience, just as you did. Each of you is an inspiring example of resilience. For you, life changed overnight. In a very crucial year, schools closed, but you adapted quickly. You faced constraints, but you found creative solutions to overcome them. You learned to study online. You gave your exams without physical proximity. You sent off your university applications. You pursued your post-school educational goals. You used hard technology to sustain the softer aspects of life, such as friendships and camaraderie. Life turned upside down, but you did not let it keep you down. And that is called resilience. You know now in your gut that life may knock you down many times, but you have it in you to bounce back up each and every time. It's an invaluable lesson to have learned at this stage in your life. The third great learning is that you began to recognize and appreciate how much our welfare depends on the welfare of others. When the crisis first struck, not many of you would have spared even a minute to think about how the pandemic could shatter lives. Lives of the people who clean your homes, cook your food, sweep the roads, pick up your garbage, drive your cars, build your homes, look after your health and comfort. It was not until you saw those pictures of migrant families walking the highways in the hot summer sun, without food, without water, that you probably even thought of what it must be like to walk a mile in their shoes or barefoot. But after that, I'm sure you realize that their departure made your lives and your work so much more difficult. It hit home to you that the poorest of the poor are the foundations on which our economic prosperity and the quality of life depends. No man is an island, and the pandemic has taught you that our welfare lies in taking care of the welfare of others. So congratulations on successfully graduating at such a difficult time. Congratulations on your grit and courage in rising above all odds. Congratulations on being the recipients of an unimaginably unique and profound education. I pray that you will use the knowledge you have gained to build a better world. All of you who pass through the portals of the Ambani School are privileged. Use that privilege. Use that privilege to better the lives of those who make your life better. I know that you will do that. I'm confident you'll do that because you are a batch that has been fortunate enough to attend not just an outstanding school, but the finest school in the universe, the school of life. Here's to your success, health, and happiness.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mahindra, for your highly inspirational address and your words of wisdom for the class of 2020. Next will be the IB Special Awards, with the details being announced by Ms. Bajaj and Mrs. Basu.
Thank you, Mr. Basu. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In recognition of learning which takes place outside the classroom, we have a set of special awards.
Our first category is the Creativity Awards. These awards are for students who have shared their outstanding creativity for the benefit of others within the school and outside. There are several recipients in this category, starting with
Muskan Ghai for her creative contributions in setting up the art installation at the school fete, the Damon press team, the newsletter Perspective, and contributions during the Round Square conference.
Ishika Srivastava. As an experienced manna, she took key responsibilities in conduction of Junior Damon, been part of Damon Secretariat, and enthusiastically contributed in major school events.
Dirg Shah, an integral part of the Elevate construction team involved in the pneumatics and electronics side of the robot, nominated for the Dean's List Award in 2019 FRC season and qualified as the finalist in the World Championship.
K.R. Shah, with her varied artistic talents, she led the Damon illustration team, designed the school fete logo, contributed to the art installation at the fete and the school newsletter Perspective.
Pratham Mehta, for being the man behind the lens, capturing every school event and using his creative abilities to turning those moments into magical memories, has also led the photography club, instilling and building a passion for this in others.
We move on to the second category, which is Activity Awards. The criteria for these awards are for students whose excellent leadership qualities have inspired action for the benefit of others within the school and outside.
Aryaman Dholakia has displayed exemplary commitment and leadership abilities in organizing the International Sports Fest in 2018, various school events as head boy, and has led the CAS project Kick for a Cause, which raised funds through an open inter-school football tournament.
Arnav Bangera. He has won several awards for the school in both state and national level sports as an outstanding athlete. He has also organized a sports event for the NGO ASIMA involving over 500 students.
Aryan Bell, a passionate footballer, has participated in several tournaments and helped the school team in winning many competitions and awarded the IBSO Champion Footballer of the Year. He also took a lead role in organizing the Kick for a Cause CAS project.
Jai Pereira. As President of the General Assembly, this student is recognized for his outstanding and wholehearted contribution towards organizing and execution of Damon 2019. He has led the student officers in epitomizing the truly international character of the conference.
Anushka Khasiwal. She played a vital role in the successful organization of the Moment of Joy project and helped in organizing the Sports Day for the NGO ASIMA. She has also collaborated with the coaches of the Shastri Nagar Municipal School for sports development of their students and has helped the NGO Jai Vakil with fundraising.
Our third category comprises of the Service Awards. The criteria for this award category are for students whose exemplary approach to community service has demonstrated an ongoing commitment to human development.
Anushka Basu. She has maintained a service orientation through her participation in RS Big Bill project at Ecuador, collection drive for the Kerala Flood Relief, participation in beach cleanups, and her environmental initiative for the Mithi River project. For the year 2019, she was awarded the King Constantine Award for her long-standing commitment towards service.
David Chawla. He was instrumental in the running of the English for English project and has passionately led the team in teaching English to the support staff of the school. His dedication and organization made the classes a smooth and effective learning experience.
Aman Datta. He was the driving force behind the Mirror Project, a student mentoring program to initiate discussions between older and younger students in a safe space. He has shown exemplary patience and leadership to ensure the project was implemented in the true spirit of its objectives.
Ananya Sahani. She was one of the co-members of the Village Project and has organized the cloth bag stitching project involving the village women and the Angel Express Foundation. She has also helped out selflessly in several school events through her excellent administrative abilities.
Adyanth Deshpande. As one of the core members of the Village Development Project, which worked for the empowerment and education of the villagers, he has shown great conviction and hard work at the project site while constructing the houses. He has also led the Tech for All CAS project, which was aimed to teach important IT skills to the DAIS bus hostesses.
The fourth category, Lifelong Learning Awards. The criteria for this award is to demonstrate a joy for learning, not just as a means to an end, but an end in itself. Awarded to students who have developed excellent skills of scholarship and are most likely to apply their learning sensitively, with judgment, and for the benefit of the community as well as themselves. These are ideals we work towards at DAIS. We would like to recognize 5 graduating students who exemplify these attributes.
The awardees are Tanisha Agarwal, Ishita Gupta, Satwik Khair, Aman Ladia, and Inika Murkumbi. Next, the International Understanding Awards. The criteria for this award are a good representative of our country with a positive attitude towards the life and culture of others, able to converse in at least 2 languages, with the ability to bring differing people together into a sense of community, thus furthering the cause of international understanding.
The award goes to 5 of our students: Hitanshi Badani, Niharika Ghoshal, Bilal Moen, Jay Pereira, and Arnav Twakle. And finally, the Heads Award for contribution to the school. The award is given to students who have been able to consistently demonstrate the philosophy and values of the school, academic and otherwise, who have worked for the benefit of his or her peers and who have done so with humility.
The recipients of this award are Diva Agarwal and Aryaman Dulakia.
Well done, and thank you all. Now we have reached the climax of this evening's ceremony, the award of the graduation diplomas to the class of 2020. I would now like to invite Ms. Nitika Thakur, Head of College Counselling, to read out the details.
Thank you, Mr. Basu. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We will now award the class of 2020 with their graduation diplomas. Ayush Agarwal is pursuing engineering at the University of Cambridge in the United Kingdom. Diva Agarwal is pursuing communication at Northwestern University in the United States of America. Tanisha Agarwal is pursuing environmental science at the University of Toronto in Canada. Sanjana Agarwal is pursuing economics at Northeastern University in the United States of America. Aditya Arun is pursuing economics at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill in the United States of America. Harsh Aryan is pursuing a double major in biology and psychology at Brandeis University in the United States of America. Hitanshi Badani is pursuing a master's in international relations and psychology at the University of St. Andrews in the United Kingdom. Aryan Bell is pursuing mechatronics and robotics engineering at the University of Leeds in the United Kingdom. Rian Bagda is pursuing computer science at Columbia University in the United States of America. Advait Bala is pursuing electrical and computer engineering at University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign in the United States of America. Arnav Bangera is pursuing a Bachelor's of Commerce in the University of British Columbia in Canada. Anushka Basu is pursuing medicine at the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. Arushi Benupani is pursuing law at the University of Manchester in the United Kingdom. Apurva Bhandari is pursuing media science at Boston University in the United States of America. Ishta Bhatt is pursuing biomedical engineering at Washington University in St. Louis in the United States of America with a deferred start to fall 2021. Aryaman Bhattacharya is pursuing biochemistry at the University of California, San Diego in the United States of America. Ridit Bhura is pursuing computer science at Cornell University in the United States of America. Rishita Chaudhary is pursuing economics at Ashoka University in India. Sean Chauhan is pursuing computer science and business administration at the University of Southern California in the United States of America. Devik Chawla is pursuing psychology at Johns Hopkins University in the United States of America. Ananya Chhabria is pursuing a Bachelor's of Management Studies at Jai Hind College in India. Ishan Chitle is pursuing a Bachelor's of International Economics at University of British Columbia in Canada. Priyambada Daga is pursuing computer science at New York University, Abu Dhabi in the UAE. Siddhant Dahiya is pursuing economics at Cornell University in the United States of America. Ishayu Das is pursuing computer science at Worcester Polytechnic Institute in the United States of America. Aman Datta is pursuing communication studies and psychology at Northwestern University in the United States of America. Niladri Deb is pursuing physics at Jacobs University in Germany with a deferred start to fall 2021. Devharsh Desai is pursuing electrical engineering at the University of Pennsylvania in the United States of America. Adyat Deshpande is pursuing business administration at Babson College in the United States of America. Aryaman Dholakya is pursuing engineering and film at New York University, Abu Dhabi in the UAE. Siddharth Doshi is pursuing engineering at Carnegie Mellon in the United States of America. Unnati Gambani is pursuing law at NMIMS Kirit P. Mehta School of Law in India. Manav Gandhi is pursuing computer science at the University of California, Los Angeles in the United States of America. Shriyan Gangopadhyay is pursuing computer science at the University of California, Los Angeles in the United States of America. Avantika Garg is pursuing physics at Columbia University in the United States of America. Muskan Ghai is pursuing a bachelor's in film at Pratt Institute in the United States of America with a deferred start to fall 2021. Niharika Ghoshal is pursuing human, social and political sciences at the University of Cambridge in the United Kingdom. Shreya Goenka is pursuing engineering at the Columbia University in the United States of America. Ishita Gupta is pursuing biomedical engineering at Brown University in the United States of America. Kirti Gupta is pursuing film studies at the University of British Columbia in Canada. Sakshi Hinduja is pursuing a double major in business and management science at the Southern Methodist University in the United States of America. Shaurya Jain is pursuing chemistry at the University of California, Los Angeles in the United States of America. Aryan Jhaveri is pursuing finance at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign in the United States of America. Yash Jindal is pursuing business at Babson College in the United States of America. Krishni Jumani is pursuing decision science at Carnegie Mellon University in the United States of America. Omar Kagzi is pursuing economics at Indiana University, Bloomington in the United States of America. Anushka Kasliwal is pursuing biology at Boston University in the United States of America. Arjun Kejriwal is pursuing computer science and statistics at Amherst College in the United States of America. Kashish Kanchandani is pursuing psychology and performing arts in the University of British Columbia in Canada. Ishana Khanna is pursuing a double major in creative writing and psychology at the University of Southern California in the United States of America. Satvik Kher is pursuing mathematics and cognitive science at Pomona College in the United States of America. Aman Ladia is pursuing computer science at Stanford University in the United States of America. Nisa Luthria is pursuing management science at the University College London in the United Kingdom. Devika Madgavkar is pursuing human biology at Stanford University in the United States of America. Vedant Mehra is pursuing political science at the University of California, Los Angeles in the United States of America. Jenny Mehta is pursuing mathematics at University College London in the United Kingdom. Nimit Mehta is pursuing a bachelor's in accounting and finance at the University of Warwick in the United Kingdom. Pratham Mehta will pursue computer science and mathematics after a gap year. Viraj Mehta is pursuing business at the University of British Columbia in Canada. Mihika Mishra is pursuing film at the Trinity College in the United States of America. Shayan Mistry is pursuing medicine at the Charles University in the Czech Republic. Vipasha Modi is pursuing a bachelor's in mass media and communication at the St. Xavier's College in India. Manav Modi is pursuing economics at the New York University, Abu Dhabi in the UAE. Bilal Moin is pursuing economics with global affairs and philosophy at Yale University in the United States of America. Enika Murkambi is pursuing human, social and political sciences at the University of Cambridge in the United Kingdom. Ahan Nalavadi is pursuing physics at Duke University in the United States of America. Aryaman Palve is pursuing business management at the University of Westminster in the United Kingdom. Jay Pereira is pursuing engineering at the University of California, Los Angeles in the United States of America. Naman Parekh is pursuing computer science, electrical and computer engineering at Duke University in the United States of America. Muskan Patel is pursuing a 6-year accelerated Doctor of Physical Therapy program at Boston University in the United States of America. Malav Popat is pursuing economics at the University of Toronto in Canada. Varshika Prasanna is pursuing economics and mathematics at the New York University in the United States of America. Ahan Punjabi is pursuing economics at New York University in the United States of America. Mahika Rampal is pursuing screen acting at Met Film School in the United Kingdom. Sanchi Rohira is pursuing a major in the School of Foreign Service, Georgetown University in the United States of America. Rohan Savla is pursuing economics at Dartmouth College in the United States of America. Ananya Sani is pursuing media and communications at Cardiff University in the United Kingdom. Saira Sepoy is pursuing a master's in cosmetic science at the London College of Fashion in the United Kingdom. Abhishek Shah is pursuing economics at Northwestern University in the United States of America. Aman Shah is pursuing economics at the University of Chicago in the United States of America. Anvay Shah is pursuing business at Emory University in the United States of America. Jay Shah is pursuing computer engineering at the University of Toronto in Canada. Kashish Shah is pursuing a bachelor's in graphic communication and illustration at Loughborough University in the United Kingdom. Kia Shah is pursuing architecture at the Rhode Island School of Design in the United States of America. Rutu Shah is pursuing molecular, cell and developmental biology at the University of California, Los Angeles in the United States of America. Sakshi Shah is pursuing psychology at the King's College London in the United Kingdom. Shaivi Shah is pursuing a Bachelor's of Accounting and Finance at HR College of Commerce and Economics in India. Dev Shah is pursuing a Biomedical Engineering at University of Wisconsin-Madison in the United States of America. Dirk Shah is pursuing Engineering Physics at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign in the United States of America. Anya Shahani is pursuing Neuroscience and Molecular and Cellular Biology at the Johns Hopkins University in the United States of America. Pratham Shroff is pursuing Computer Science at Boston University in the United States of America. Maya Singapuri is pursuing Environmental Analysis at Pomona College in the United States of America. Ishika Srivastava is pursuing International Relations and History at the London School of Economics and Political Science in the United Kingdom. Shiv Talwar is pursuing Economics at the City University of London in the United Kingdom. Ishan Tandon is pursuing Business Administration at the University of Southern California in the United States of America. Arnav Tawakle is pursuing Economics at Yale University in the United States of America. Tanisha Thakkar is pursuing Applied Psychology at New York University in the United States of America. Hriday Tulsiani is pursuing a Bachelor's in Management at the University of Warwick in the United Kingdom. Anusha Vaidyanathan is pursuing Fashion Merchandising at the Marist College in the United States of America. Arman Vardhan is pursuing Entrepreneurship at Babson College in the United States of America. Tarika Vora is pursuing Engineering at Columbia University in the United States of America. Shaina Vora is pursuing Public Policy and History at the New York University in the United States of America. Congratulations, class of 2020, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to stand as our graduating students lead us for their last time in singing our school song, which will be followed by the national anthem.
कोई
Congratulations again to all. Time for more thanks, of which plenty are due. Our sincere gratitude goes first to our founder and chairperson, Mrs. Neeta Ambani, Vice Chairperson, Mrs. Isha Ambani Piramal, and to Mr. Mukesh Ambani, who between them with the Board of Governors have made it possible for our school to become what it is today. Mr. Mahindra, it has been a pleasure to have you with us. The class of 2020 could have no better role model as they move on to the wider world. Almost the last, but by no means the least, we salute our entire faculty. Finally, our hearts are with you, the proud and ever supportive parents. Your moment too has arrived. Thank you. Before we proceed with the closing phase of this ceremony, a few points need to be mentioned. The next step is the recessional of our new graduates. The class of 2020, please move your cap tassels from the right to left. By the authority invested in me by the chairperson, I now declare Dhirubhai Ambani International School class of 2020 graduated. Congratulations to all of you.